So iPhone announced a new phone. It's called the iPhone SE 2. And honestly, if you get this phone at $399, it's such a good phone for the price. As from the trailer, you can see that it's quite different from your usual iPhone. It only has one camera and a small design, but something that is quite interesting is that it has bezels on the top part and the bottom part. I don't know how people are going to adapt to that, but I can't refuse. It has quite nice features, and we'll start discussing them. So the first thing is that it has the most powerful processor in a mobile phone at only $399. Yeah, so when you see the best mobile processor ranks, you'll find that the A13 Apple Bionic processor is the first one. So basically, among all flagship phones, among all any other iPad or something like that, you'll be using the best processor for the mobiles. So that means that when you're playing your games, when you're watching videos, when you're using anything that requires processing power, your phone will be built to do that to the best capacity. So that's really interesting because Apple are giving out that at only $399 US. And remember, the iPhone 11, the iPhone 10 came with the A11 Bionic Chip. So that came at around $1,000 US, and this one is even less than a half of it, and it has more processing power than it. So Apple actually are doing a great thing here. So as we know, the OnePlus released their product about 1 day ago, and they were actually the budget flagship maker or something like that, because on about 2 years ago, when iPhone decided that their phones should be above $1,000 US, most phones have shifted to that ideology, and most of them are copying it, not knowing that by doing that you are risking to lose a lot of potential customers, which Apple over the recent years has realized, and they want to catch the global audience. That's why you see they are moving to India. They are releasing cheaper phones because they know that if you get more people to an ecosystem, you're more likely to make profit than just making profit by selling it to at a higher margin. So I'm really pleased with what they came up here. And another thing is that the phone will be able to fast shoot at 4K at 60 FPS. So basically, when you buy any $400 phone, right off the bat, you expect not to shoot above 1080p. Maybe the most that they can offer is something like 1080p at 120 FPS. But for this device, you'll be getting at 60 FPS 4K. So that's another feature that I'm really hyped about, and I think it's really a good value for your money. Another thing is that Apple is one of the best image processing, the best manufacturers that are good in image processing. So when you make your shot, you can the shot is quite clear. There's no blurry images, something like that. So this phone will also be giving the flagship level of the image that you get in most flagship phones at only $399 US. So I'm really hyped about this. Other features include that it's going to come with Wi-Fi 6 basically the most recent stable internet connection for a phone, and also a Touch ID, which because of the bezel wasn't available in other iPhones, but because this one has a bigger chin, it will be featuring the Touch ID, which was present in iPhone 8. So you can get it at the storage of 64 GB, the one at $399, 128 GB, and 256 GB. Another thing is that the phone will be waterproof. So basically, almost all phones that you get with $400 and below, none of them usually comes with a waterproof feature. Even OnePlus, it's only this time that they got IP68 rating of waterproof. So this thing is pretty nice. So let's talk about the things that I don't like. Okay, the first one is it comes with a 5-watt charger. Even a base phone coming at $100 always comes with at least a 10-watt charger or something like that. I don't know why Apple products usually come with smaller chargers, but this one will be coming with a 5-watt charger, which is basically the lowest charging rate that you can get as per now. Also, another thing, it will be having a good thing that it will be coming with is a wireless charging. You'll be able to do your wireless charging with this phone. Okay, another thing, as I've mentioned earlier, it's having the design of the iPhone 8, almost the whole design. So some of it, it may feel nostalgic to some of you if you have been having this type of device. But honestly, that design is nice because it's compact, and a lot of phones that are coming nowadays usually have are usually large, so that you can't use it on one hand, but this one will make it at least easier. So apart from that, is that it won't be having the same display as a flagship one, but it will be having an IPS display, an Ips LCD display. That is basically it's not the best, but it's somewhere mid-range. So we'll be having that display, and the camera will be having a portrait mode for both the selfie and the rear camera. The rear camera will be having HDR focus. And the selfie camera will be having a 7 megapixel camera. I don't know if that's too little for an iPhone, but because of the good software, it might shoot better images, so you never know. About authentication, it won't be having a Face ID scan, so it will only be having a Touch ID. So some of you may like it, and some of you may feel that you're used to a face detection system. So that's all for our review. Maybe we might look at other phones with a budget of $400. So the 7 best $400 smartphones, so that you can compare. The first one is the Google Pixel 3a. So basically, I think we'll just compare it with this one. So we look at the features, if it's similar, if it's better. They're all coming with 64 gigabytes of RAM. Both IPS LCD display. Oh, but this one comes with OLED, so this one is built on the screen department. But they both have 12 megapixel main back camera. And this one is SC, it's Wi-Fi 5, while the iPhone one is Wi-Fi 6. So this one, so the iPhone is better. Fast charging of 18 watts. The iPhone also can do this, but it comes with only a 5-watt charger. And this one is coming with both having a fingerprint sensor. And the main difference will be here. You are only able to shoot at 1080p at 30 fps. At 120 fps, as I've said earlier. But in the iPhone you can shoot at 4K at 60 fps. So that's the iPhone one is better. Also, another thing, they're both having the bezels, but this one is an older model. So basically the iPhone one, they have really done an awesome job, and I'm sure they'll be getting more people buying the device, because a lot of people who own iPhones, like most of them have stayed with their previous gen device, but this one you have a reason to upgrade. It's still cheaper, but it gives you more power to do the daily things that are coming to the iPhones that weren't able to be performed on the previous device. So let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Will be sharing more information about the iPhone SE2.